Gossip at the Corpse Cart contains graphic and explicit content that may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome back to Gossip at the Corpse Cart, aka GACC.
GACC attack.
GACC attack.
It's
GACC
a
attack.
GACC attack.
My favorite thing is when we're
Yes.
in meetings, like Zoom calls with, people, like professional Zoom calls
Real
with people. With real people. And then we have to tell them something about GACC.
Oh, God.
And we're like, well, we also have this spin-off show called Gossip at the Corpse Cart. And then the looks on their faces are really priceless.
People
I just try to gloss. I gloss right over it. We sail right past
Yep.
it. We'll take
Yep.
questions at the end.
Yep. No
Save
questions.
your questions or the Q&A at the end.
And your applause.
I am not taking questions. I
No.
refuse.
Line up behind the microphone in the aisle.
Yep.
I don't understand the question, and
I
will not be
refuse to respond to it.
Anyway, this is our spin-off show that I don't care to explain. You're just going to have to wait and find out, but I'm Lucy.
Nailed it.
I'm Kenyon.
I'm Amanda, and we are fine. I don't know
We're
what
fine.
anyone is talking about.
No.
We're fine.
Climate change is the furthest thing from my mind as
It's
I'm
not
sitting
even
here
real.
sweating with my windows open in mid-December in the
Yep.
Midwest. It's
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, I'm
We're
sure
good.
that's totally normal and fine and won't
We're
have
good.
any repercussions for animal or plant life or
None.
human life.
Might
Yeah?
go back on birth control, actually.
I'm
let's-
too scared.
Let's kick it off with some crazy headlines from Amanda. Please take our minds very far off of our current circumstances, please.
Well, these are sure to give you more faith in humanity, I'm sure. I'm going to start with a headline that I feel like any three of us are capable of this under
Uh-oh.
enough duress or cabin fever.
Oh, no.
It could be anything.
Could be anything. It also gives new meaning to the term spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
Antarctica scientist allegedly stabs colleague for spoiling the ending of books. They're all I have.
Oh, my
I get
God. Lucy
I
would
get it.
absolutely do that.
Oh.
I'd stab or I'd
yeah.
spoil.
Stab.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You'd stab. I don't think you'd spoil.
I don't think so.
I'm dropping
Unless
a
you
photo.
really hated them.
Yeah.
If I were really pissed at you,
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm dropping a photo
Beth
of the
dies.
quote forbidding landscape. on
we
the
all
drive.
know that Beth dies. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want to look at the forbidding landscape in the drive while I regale you with this tale and cozy up. A Russian scientist working in Antarctica is facing attempted murder charges after allegedly stabbing a colleague for telling him the endings of books he wanted to read. Sergei Savitsky, an engineer, is accused of stabbing welder Oleg Belgazov in the chest.
Oh,
Belgazov was evacuated to Chile for medical treatment, and his life is reportedly not in danger. Get over it. Your life's not even in danger.
You're fine. You just got stabbed
Lock
in the
it up.
chest in a remote area by
Yeah.
your own colleague.
Airlift it off.
Also, like, as far as spoiling the endings of books, is it not the journey and not the destination? The ending is
know.
not the most important part of a book. I will
It
say.
depends on the
It
book,
depends.
I
It
think.
depends on the spoiler too.
Yeah.
The stabbing took place. I'm not excusing a stabbing, but I also get it. The stabbing took place at Bellinghausen Station, a Russian research station in the South Shetland Islands in Antarctica. Savitsky, the alleged attacker, was taken to St. Petersburg and arrested. The alleged attack was said to be the result of an argument between the two over Belgazov's habit of spoiling the endings of books that he'd read from the remote outpost's library. So it's the only books they have, and he does it like all the time.
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
This is
I'm not saying
really
he deserves
mean.
it, but he might be douche of the month.
Yeah.
Belgazov might be douche of the
Did
month.
he do it on purpose or was he just like clueless?
I feel like if it escalated to stabbing, there was
Yeah.
probably other conversations that were like, hey, fucker, I want to
Stop.
read that. Stop
Right.
spoiling the books. And it's listed here as a habit of spoiling the endings of books.
Like he'd finish the book and be like, wow, I really didn't
I
think
can't
that-
believe Snape killed Dumbledore. Never saw that coming.
Or like he saw the stabber reading a book and he's like, oh yeah, I love the part when, you know, Tom
reading it with a
Wamsgam
knife in
sinks
his
the whole
hand.
family business.
I haven't watched it. I'm behind. I haven't.
Oh.
Ah!
That's
I
your
have
own
no-
fault.
Thank God we're remote, or you might have just gotten stabbed.
Don't. Oh man, don't do any Succession spoilers. God.
I hear that all of the, what are they called? The kid stars.
Roy family.
Yeah. No, but the real actor's name.
Oh,
The Culkins.
Culkin. Yeah.
End up showing up on that show and burning the whole office down to the
Good
ground.
one.
I've never seen an episode of this. Although he faces criminal charges in the Russian city, Savitsky will probably have access to plenty of books that Belgazov hasn't already read while he's in jail.
He writes him letters.
He does. He writes him.
Puts the ending on the envelope so there's no way to avoid it.
Holy shit. The Russian news agency Interfax reported that Savitsky, quote, surrendered on his own without resistance to the station manager. Alexander Klepikov, the deputy director of the Arctic and Antarctic Research Institute, said of Savitsky and Belogazov, quote, they are both professional scientists who have been working in our expeditions, spending year-long seasons at the station. It is down to investigators to figure out what sparked the conflict, but both men are members of our team.
I feel like you have a built-in excuse if you stab someone in, you know, those
In a-
conditions.
Yeah,
you
in
can
a
just
research
be like,
bunker in Antarctica.
Yeah,
You
it's
should have
like,
to sign a waiver.
Right, like I will not press charges.
Right. Like,
This ends with some reports suggest that alcohol was involved.
there are Russians trapped in Antarctica. Yeah, alcohol was
Could be.
involved.
Could be. So I think that guy might have won douche of the month, but here's another contender for douche of the month. This is out of Ireland. It's also really gross and really petty, so naturally, I love it.
okay.
The headline reads, aggrieved Cork County council worker, quote, just flipped before releasing rats into staff canteen.
Oh. Oh, no.
It's so vile. Judge James McNulty said the offense was so uniquely wicked.
Very British judge. for
Very British
Ireland.
judge in Ireland. A disgruntled, I can't do an Irish accent. I
No.
also can't do a British accent. So you're just going to get whatever spews out of my body
Whatever
today.
comes out.
Oh,
It might be Australian.
it could be it could be anything. A disgruntled
Y'all.
Cork County council worker was jailed for 6 months for the, quote, uniquely wicked act of releasing live rats into a manager's office.
Oh,
If I had $1 for all the times I've wanted to do this.
Yeah.
John O'Neill, 61, of Glanduff, Kilbritton, that seems on the nose, captured 2 large rats. It's just missing one L, but it's otherwise just Kill Britain. Captured 2 large rats, drove them to his place of work, and released them in an office used as a canteen by council management in Kinsale at 8:20 a.m. on February 2nd. So this is kind of old, but whatever, I love it. Surfaces were, quote, destroyed with excrement when employees arrived on the premises at Rathburg, Kinsale later that day. Rats are so gross.
they are
Pet rats are cute.
disgusting.
Rats just out in the world freak me out.
Like wet, dirty rats with like thick tails.
All right.
The tails,
Okay.
The tails.
What the fuck?
It's too much. Lucy's going through a lot right now. We're going to let it go. Okay. The defendant's colleagues had
Am I
to clean.
wrong?
You're not.
No,
You're
it was just specific.
It's too specific.
Well, I had pet rats. I loved them.
Yeah.
It's the city rats.
The city rats and
That
the
run
wild
over your
rats,
feet.
their tails get way thicker than a pet rat.
They do.
It's weird.
I don't
It's-
appreciate
it's a
it.
thing.
It's rude.
It's rude. The defendant's colleagues had to clean rat excrement that morning, which was on, quote, practically every surface, before Rent-A-Kill was called to exterminate
Oh my
the rats.
God.
Rent-A-Kill a Britain.
Rent-A-Kill.
Talk about another on the nose.
Right? Rent-A-Kill located in Kill Britain.
Jesus.
A deep clean was then carried out of the office and damaged cables and lighting were removed. Concerns that it may have been deliberate led employees to report the crime to their local police. During an extensive investigation by Detective Garda Michael Bronson of Kinsale Garda Station, CCTV was found which showed the defendant arriving at the scene of the crime, removing something from his car, which he covered with a jacket, and entering the building. I'm like, where did you get these? Because they were big nasties.
Who knows?
I don't know. It freaks
the
me out.
internet.
Fucking Pied Piper over here, just
Oh.
going after his old boss. On May 24th, O'Neill was arrested. The court heard that he made, quote, a full and frank admission. He said that a grievance with a manager had led to the incident, but he was now extremely remorseful.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Now that I've been caught.
Caught. Exactly.
Post-capture, I'm extremely
remorseful. His remorse was, quote, very genuine, and his cooperation with the investigation helped the case to be brought to conclusion. Mr. O'Neill, a roads supervisor with Cork County Council, pleaded guilty to the charge of criminal damage under Section 2 of the Criminal Damage Act. He has no previous convictions and never came to the notice of police in the past. O'Neill was married and had worked for Cork County Council for 23 years.
Jeez, he was really pissed and really snapped.
Yep. His solicitor, Mr. Diarmuid O'Shea,
Nailed it.
got there, said that it could have been a hard case to bring home if O'Neill had not coughed up with information. But Judge James McNulty said the CCTV would have shown the defendant at the scene regardless.
How do you get away with anything in Britain with the CCTV?
I don't know.
Or Ireland, whatever.
It's everywhere. Anyway, this goes on for a really long time. He said it
we're
was
over it.
a daft thing to do and totally out of character. And he has to pay like $3,000 in fines or face a year in prison.
Jeez.
Oh my God. Are those
Yeah.
the same?
I mean,
Well, if you have $3,000, maybe it was worth it.
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyway, this is just the quote from the judge. This event is uniquely wicked and was committed with malice towards one person and gross recklessness towards many, gross on many levels. This Mr. O'Neill must be held accountable and punished appropriately. So,
Dramatic.
Yeah.
it sounds like,
Buzzkill judge.
Yeah.
it actually says he faced those charges, but the court is going to send Mr. O'Neill to prison. If this is punished leniently, others might try something similar. Work conflict is quite common, but there are several different means and routes to addressing them. The offense is, this says, quote, the offense is so uniquely wicked that it requires 12 months in prison.
Oh, so not worth it.
For rats.
Oh, for rats.
Come on.
I mean, you could get diseases from rats, you know? Could
Oh,
start
yeah.
a whole little mini pandemic.
Yep. He also may
I
face
feel like
civil
that's
cases.
Overkill.
He also might face civil charges if his colleagues suffered psychological trauma from the incident. So start filing those
Civil claims.
civil claims there, Ireland. All right. This is a wild ride. This is also one of the many reasons I'm so glad I don't have a penis, because I would grossly mishandle it. Like, I know myself.
Yeah, you would.
It would not, I'd get nothing done, and I already struggle to get things done, and I would hurt myself immediately.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
You can't be trusted with a dick.
I can't. It's best kept to someone else. This headline reads, single man Very important to point out. 38 has swollen penis freed by doctors 2 weeks after he locks it inside a small padlock.
What? What did he do for 2 weeks? Oh my God.
Just
what?
had the padlock on his penis and let it swell and swell and swell.
So he put like the loop, like he just
Yup.
locked it onto his dick
Yup.
and he couldn't get it off.
Yup.
Oh my God.
There's a photo on the drive that doesn't reveal
Yes.
the dick, but does reveal some procedural assistance.
The water bottle. Okay.
You know, they probably have to pour water on the metal while they're sawing
Pour
through it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
A bored man stuck at home during the pandemic was rushed to the hospital after getting a padlock stuck around his penis in a bizarre sex act gone wrong. My favorite. My favorite.
My favorite type of sex act.
Yes. The Bachelor, 38, clamped the metal device around the base of his manhood thrill around 2 weeks ago, but he lost the key and his limb started to swell.
It's not a limb. Don't flatter yourself.
You got him.
Yeah, your small padlock.
He tried unsuccessfully to remove the small lock, so left it on his penis for more than 14 days until it became infected.
Was that a real gag?
Oh my God. And yes, and the pain was unbearable.
Oh, no.
Ish. The embarrassed man's mother, who tried to help him,
No.
called emergency services, and firemen went to his home on the evening of when this happened a while ago. She told medics that her son did not have a girlfriend and was bored because he had been staying at home during the COVID-19 pandemic, doing his part. Good for you.
Doing his part.
Good for you, honey.
Doing his
My son is a private person and he doesn't have a girlfriend. He's been staying at home a lot during the pandemic because he's worried about going out. He told me he did this because he was bored and he likes putting his thing through small holes.
Oh my
Duh.
God. Oh my God.
I was angry at him for embarrassing me like this, and I've told him not to do it again. Oh. Mom of the year. What a good mom. The embarrassment aside.
I can't.
He's doing his part.
He likes putting his thing into small holes.
I love it.
Okay.
Tall holes and small holes. A rescue officer said they received the emergency call, but the injury was worse than they expected and rushed the man, who they would not name, to the nearest hospital. Medics spent more than 30 minutes using an electric cutter to slice through the metal lock. They slid a thin
That's
sheet
why
of metal.
you need a Dremel at
Yeah.
home. Everybody needs a Dremel.
Right.
A Dremel.
But don't
Get
do it at
yourself a
home by
Dremel.
yourself. You're
No.
going to cut your wang off.
Yeah, that's true.
They slid a thin sheet of metal between the bar and the man's skin to prevent it from being cut and, bad choice of words, squirted water onto his body for lubrication. Once it was released, they administered antibiotic cream and gave the man penicillin tablets. Despite his penis now being released, medics said there could be lasting damage because of the amount of time the padlock was stuck. His penis was also disfigured by the ordeal. It's not worth it, folks. Don't hurt your
No.
genitals like that.
No, buy a small
Get a
hole.
cock ring. Or a
Yeah.
small hole. They sell those. We received the emergency call and did not know the full details, so we were surprised when we arrived. It was worse than we thought. If the padlock had stayed on for any longer, the infection could have been so bad that his penis would have started to rot and get gangrene.
Ah!
No.
In the hospital, he was in
no.
pain and screaming loudly because it was so swollen. Removing the metal was very difficult.
They
We
didn't
can't-
give him fucking drugs.
They probably tried, but it's like, I don't know. We can't give the man's name, but we want to make the news public to prevent other people from doing this kind of thing. It can be very dangerous and damage the body. Honey,
Yeah.
he was bored. He doesn't have a girlfriend.
Sure,
Him
but
not
like
having a girlfriend has nothing to fucking do with it.
Yeah, I
right,
know.
exactly.
I
Lots-
know.
Don't. Okay,
lots of
incel.
people. Yeah. Don't give this
Lots of
man.
people don't have a sexual partner and don't put a padlock on their dong.
Yeah, Exactly.
Lot. I can't name a single person other than, and I can't name this person because they didn't give the name. Who's put a padlock on their penis? So amazing. Thank you for sending me that. All right, I've got a couple more.
That was a trip.
This one also has me gross out. It has nothing to do with rats. I guess you could. It all circles back to rats somehow. Everything can be, it's like 6 degrees of rat separation. Everything can be connected somehow to rats. But it also has me intrigued. So here we go. The party's over for a Hawaiian stream that smells like beer and boasts a 1.2% ABV.
A stream?
A stream.
Of water?
Yes.
Oh.
Sad news for local teens in Oahu, Hawaii today. A stream in Waipio was noticed because it stank like beer and has been discovered to have a 1.2 alcohol by volume percentage, and the storm pipe responsible for boozing up the water has been shut off. The quote, party stream was investigated last week and detailed in an article from Hawaii News Now. It was first noticed by Carol Cox, an environmental activist who informed the state's Department of Health about the water after coming upon a creek and describing its smell as something like, quote, a beer pub that hadn't opened its doors for 3 or 4 days.
Ew.
It turns
Teens,
out,
don't drink this. If
Do
by
not.
some miracle you come across your own version of
1.2%
a booze stream,
isn't even worth it. You won't even get drunk. You'd have to drink so much gross stream water to get drunk.
yeah, you will die before you get drunk.
You're going to get sepsis before you get a buzz.
Yeah.
It's so nasty. Just don't. Anyway, it turns out that the scent was due to a storm pipe whose runoff was contaminating the stream from its origin at a Paradise Beverages liquor and beer warehouse on the other side of a nearby highway. So they must have been like pouring shit, old samples and shit down the drain. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Runoff,
If bottles
whatever.
get broken, anything like that, yeah. If it's like, I don't know if this is a liquor store, but like if they do tastings, I mean, I'm sure there's waste. After testing a sample from the stream, Hawaii News Now reported that as much as 1.2% of the water was alcohol. About 0.04% of its entire content was made up of sugar.
Ew.
Oh my God.
What
Poor
it tasted-
animals that
I
rely
know.
on this.
I can't. It's so gross. What it tasted like is still anyone's guess, so it doesn't sound like anybody was ballsy enough to try it. Paradise Beverages stated that it wasn't aware of the spill, but is now working with public officials to investigate how its precious alcohol ended up being made freely available to all.
Oh yeah, so precious.
So precious. The pipe is apparently closed up now, too, meaning the party stream is already winding its operations down.
Party
This is
Closing time.
Clog up all your storm pipes. This is good news for the environment, of course, but a real tragedy for the local teenagers who had been able to enjoy slurping up handfuls of free beer water and the wildlife who had found a brief refuge from the demands of their lives by finding a surprisingly relaxing new watering hole.
Oh my God. So were teenagers literally slurping it?
I have no idea. That might have just been colorful language used in this article, but if you could walk by it and smell beer and you're a teenager, I'm not going to assume you didn't try it.
Right.
I would have. You kidding?
I know you
I would have been
would've.
face down in that stream. Let's go.
You're not the bar to which to compare a lot of
Am I
normal
not?
teenagers to.
Listen. I don't know. I think I might be the bar. And the bar was a stream for a limited time. Okay. This next one is just a little bladder that someone sent me from the UK, and I love it. Haven't done a good bladder, so I thought I'd include it. Says, quote, G-string lawyer cleared after bedroom break-in.
What?
An ex-lawyer who sneaked into a woman's bedroom in a G-string and fishnet stockings while high on drugs was cleared at Southwark Crown Court of trespassing with intent to commit a sexual offense. So I think he got cleared of the intent to commit a sexual offense charge, but the trespassing charge is probably still there.
Okay, so they were like, you were too looped to have
precisely.
actually been trying to rape anyone.
Right. And here's why I think that is the case, because this last line here reads, Desmond Moran, 53, claimed he thought the woman was a panda. So he had no idea what was going on.
Okay.
At all.
Oh my God.
So you trespassed.
So he
but
meant to sexually assault a panda?
I don't
meant
think he
to
was going to
talk
sexually
to the
assault
panda
Yeah, I
while
think he
wearing a
followed the
G-string.
panda. Yeah.
I
He
get
just
it.
wanted to have a conversation with a panda that he saw in somebody's house. I would.
Yeah.
And the fact that he happened to be wearing a G-string and fishnet stockings
Neither
is
here
just
nor
a
there.
separate issue. All right, here's my last one. And, it's COVID, I'd like to say is winding down. It's not, but a lot of
No.
people are rescheduling their weddings. So anyone who's out there who might be making wedding plans, this one's for you.
Yeah.
Bride passes out, vomits, and gets pooped on during disaster wedding.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. This bride, and there is a photo on the drive, went from blushing to barfing in a matter of seconds. Holly Linnea Calenda Darnell unintentionally put her groom's in sickness and in health loyalty to the test when she passed out, puked, and got pooped on during their wedding ceremony.
Got pooped on?
We'll get to it, I hope, because I don't know.
Okay.
Quote, I kept trying to tell my husband I didn't feel good, and he thought I was joking. Captioned a trending TikTok of her
What a
mid-marriage.
hilarious joke
I know,
in the
right?
middle of your wedding.
Right.
Oh my God.
Of her mid-marriage medical mishap. God, so many M's. In the chaotic clip, she has caught the eye-popping attention of over 3.7 million viewers. A visibly wobbly Darnell is seen gripping her groom, Jackson's, hands, signaling to him that she's suddenly fallen ill just as their pastor began officiating their holy matrimony under an outdoor gazebo in Florida. Mm-hmm. Then she fell limp into her hubby-to-be's arms. So she fainted during the ceremony, and he caught her. Are you okay? Jackson asked after he and the pastor caught her fall and began fanning her face. She shook her head no, then stumbled over to the railing of the gazebo where she began heaving.
Oh no.
Someone's
honey.
just recording this, which is like,
Oh,
Are you
no.
kidding? I would have been recording
I
it.
know.
Especially like a casual wedding guest who has no real emotional ties to either
Yeah.
party.
Like, holy shit, this is going to be so
The
good on
dream.
TikTok.
You're about to be famous, girl.
That's my wedding gift to you. And although the camera ultimately panned away from the barfing bride, notes of what sounds like her puking can be heard while wedding guests and the officiant awkwardly talk amongst themselves, blaming the humidity for her sudden sickness.
Oh my God.
But in a subsequent video to her tying the knot catastrophe clip, she explained, quote, I was super dehydrated and I hadn't drank or ate anything all day. So don't let like your wedding anxiety,
Yeah, you
No.
gotta
force
eat.
yourself to eat and drink some water or
Yeah.
you'll pass out and vomit and then I guess get shit on, which we'll
You're
find
not
out.
gonna want to, but you have to.
Yeah.
She went on to reveal that she's prone to passing out and had previously been diagnosed with low blood pressure and low iron, thus rendering her doomed from the start, she joked.
Yeah. When I had low iron or whatever, I used to faint
Oh, yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I would throw up a lot of the times that I fainted. And it's no fun.
Not fun.
You're very sweaty. It's
Yeah.
gross.
Unfortunately for her, that wasn't the only incident involving a bodily fluid on her wedding day.
Oh,
Oh, God.
She
okay.
needs a do-over.
She kind of does.
She kind of does.
Quote, after I passed out, my sister had a fan on my baby nephew. So she came over to
No.
me to put that fan on me.
No,
and
no.
as she was holding my nephew,
No,
he
no,
starts
no.
pooping. And the poop goes down her arm and onto my dress.
Oh,
I think
Oh.
the universe, I mean, I don't know anything about this couple, and maybe they are wonderful for each other and perfectly happy, and this is
Something's
just
trying
a funny
to stop
story.
this wedding.
But
Something
yeah,
objects.
yeah, the universe has qualms.
I object. Mrs. now Darnell, who had planned to hop a plane to honeymoon in New York City with Jackson right after their ceremony, was miraculously able to get her dress dry cleaned in time for her flight to the Big Apple. Wow. Where she and her husband snapped wedding pictures on the Brooklyn Bridge. Quote, now I have a story to tell at my nephew's wedding someday, the notoriously nauseous nephew.
Ooh, she should take a dump on her nephew.
Yes, run up during the ceremony with a fan and then just shit on his suit.
Oh my God.
So I hope that they are very happy together for a very long time and that they have had a great honeymoon and no one poops or pukes or passes out in their life until they have their own kids.
And there's nothing wrong with a vow renewal if you felt kind of fucked over on your initial wedding.
Yeah, hire me. Let's go.
Maybe in a cooler environment
or
or
climate.
Yeah.
Maybe add a buffet so you can eat the whole time.
No, you don't want it at,
Let's just do
what
it at a
have we
Golden
learned
Corral.
from Drop Dead Gorgeous?
Listen.
Not a
seafood
buffet.
Yeah, not a seafood buffet. There's lots of buffets. Anyway, those are my headlines. Thank you for sending them in. Woo. And if you have one for us, head to our website under the Contact Us drop box. There's a funny headlines choice. That is the best way to get it into my inbox.
It's not a Dropbox. It's a drop-down menu.
A drop-down menu.
Nobody email us about the Dropbox. There is no Dropbox.
Lockbox. It's a lockbox.
Figure it out. It's 2021.
It's
You
a
got
website.
this.
You've seen them before.
We're so helpful. Anyway, have a nice time.
Don't add us.
Next. Stupid. Next.
Take a word from our sponsors while we cool down.
Recover.
With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep.
Yes.
So skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that is why it is America's #1 meal kit.
Seriously, it's amazing. And if you're like me and you made any single New Year's resolution, you need something like HelloFresh to help you get there. Like every year, I feel like I say, I want to try to cook more. And then I try and do it myself. And it is a disaster. And HelloFresh always helps me out because they deliver pre-portioned ingredients to your door, including farm fresh produce that arrives within a week. So you get convenience without skimping on quality. So like Kenyon said, you can skip the trip to the grocery store. You can save your time. Like you don't have to wait in a long line. You don't waste your money on excess food. That's my biggest thing. I wander the aisles with no plan.
Yeah.
And then I come home with 8 boxes of fruit snacks and like no produce or dairy.
Exactly. Zach's always like, okay, so we were on a phyllo dough kit.
Yeah, she's a mess. She's a mess. And you're not going to get bored. And you're always going to find something that suits you because HelloFresh offers 50 menu and market items to choose from every week. So they switch it up weekly, including veggie options, calorie smart options, family friendly meals, gourmet options. They provide plenty of variety. There are recipes like hibachi, sweet soy, bavette steak, and shrimp. Hi.
Okay.
That's like a
surf
restaurant.
and turf.
Yeah. Hi. Restaurant quality meal in your kitchen. And then you can also get like a white cheddar Wonder Burger to make it just super easy to like skip the takeout. Recently, I just wanted, it's, -7 here now every day. This is my reality. And I just wanted something easy and cozy. And so I whipped up the HelloFresh classic beef chili.
Yum.
And, when I want to make chili, it's not like 2 days in advance to let it simmer. I don't plan ahead, people. I just don't.
Yeah.
This is a 30-minute, easy difficulty chili recipe. And it is delicious. I'm obsessed with it.
So go to HelloFresh.com/gals16 and use that promo code GALS16, GALS16, for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts.
Hello.
Again, go to HelloFresh.com/gals16 and use code GALS16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Oh, treat your meals.
So we all know that we're supposed to go to the OBGYN at least once a year for our, annual checkups, which are the most fun.
Mine is this week.
Godspeed.
Woof. Yeah.
You gotta do it.
She said with glee and anticipation.
But checking in about our fertility isn't usually a thing that we even think about until we're starting to think about maybe wanting kids. And you know what? This is important information about your body that you should have a handle on way before kids are, a realistic idea.
Yeah, don't wait until you're ready to have them to know what the deal is down there. And that is why modern fertility was created. It's an easy and affordable way to test your fertility hormones at home with a simple finger prick. You mail it in with a prepaid label and you'll get your personalized results within 10 days. It's real quick, people. And it's real cost effective because traditional testing with your doctor can cost over $1,000, but modern fertility gets you the same info at $159. That is a fraction of the price. And we're going to save you even more money because if you go to modernfertility.com/gals, you get $20 off your test.
That's amazing. Also, just a thought, even if you're, pretty sure that kids aren't in your future.
Yep, hand raised over here.
Right. Fertility hormones still affect your body
Your life.
in a lot of ways. I mean, acne, weight gain, the amount of hair growing from your chin.
All the things.
All affected by this. So you got to know about this stuff.
It's good stuff to know. And if you have an HSA or FSA, you can put those dollars toward modern fertility, and you will get insight, like Kenyon said, into your hormone levels, how many eggs you have, and other super important fertility factors. The results go deep into what every hormone means, and you can also talk one-on-one with a fertility nurse to review your results and options for next steps. So if you want kids today, maybe one day in the future, maybe never, and you just want to know a little more about what's going on in your body, you can get clinically sound info about your body that can help you make the decision that's right for you.
And right now, Modern Fertility is offering our listeners $20 off the test when you go to modernfertility.com/gals, GALS. That means that your test will cost $139 instead of the several hundred or even $1,000+ it could cost at a doctor's office. Get $20 off your fertility test when you go to modernfertility.com/gals, modernfertility.com/gals.
Treat your knowledge.
Are we ready for some coven confessions?
Yes.
Sure, I love the confessions.
I wanted to give us all a break from bodily
Everything.
fluids after last month.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah,
The
there was a lot
Exorcist.
going on. Oh, yeah, Amanda's favorite.
Yeah, Josh Hallmark of True Crime Bullshit tried to trick me into listening to it again. I did not fall
Kept
for
my
it.
mouth shut that whole convo.
You fortunately wrote it into the description of the last episode so I could check and save myself.
So I steered away from, bodily fluids this month,
God
but
bless.
I went instead for, ethically questionable material. The classic stuff.
A favorite.
That.
Yeah. All right. So, kicking it off. First one. Quote, "Hi, wine and crime ladies. I've got a confession that turned into a complete shit show, but I somehow survived. My name is," and then I wrote redacted. We don't need names.
We will never use your
We're
name.
not going to use names. "I'm a lesbian and I came out to my family and friends in high school at the age of 15. My parents and friends accepted me and everything went smoothly. Now, I wasn't a particularly great student. I was smart, but I absolutely hated school to the point that it gave me anxiety daily.
Fair.
I would spend most days crying and struggling to make it through the 8 hours of hell. I'm not exactly sure why I struggled so badly. But anyways, once I turned 16, I got my license and a car, and this was the best and worst thing my family could have ever done." Yeah. "Being a junior in high school with a car, literal pocket change, and a small group of idiotic, girl-crazy, queer friends, we began to duck school," which I think means skip school.
Yeah, I think that's what that
so.
means. Context clues would tell us.
Yeah.
They duck, gray ducked school.
Yeah, got it. "We started to spend a day or two a week going to the houses of older girls we'd met or going to other schools to scope out ladies once the bell rang at the end of the day."
They are terrors.
I love it. It's basically the
if I could go
fucking-
back and take notes.
It's basically the pink ladies if they were all like
Queer.
and extra horny.
I love it.
They're pretty horny.
This was all during school hours. I had pre-made up lies I would tell my parents and they just took my word.
Yup.
My best friend and I once even dared to drive over 2 hours away to meet some girls we'd met online with literally only $15 and a quarter tank of gas in my car. Parentheses.
Wow.
This is dangerous. I would not recommend.
0 out of 10.
I was a newly openly gay teenager and was doing anything I could to get taste of vagina. While also enjoying being away from school.
Holy shit.
Well, this is all fun and great until it wasn't.
Oh.
Early one morning, after months of doing this routinely, I was at a gas station grabbing a bunch of snacks when I got a call from my mom on my shitty flip phone. When I said hello, I heard my full name being screamed into the phone.
Oh, that's never good.
I almost shit myself right there at the gas station. Yep, you guessed it. The school had called my mom's phone early, that day. They advised her that I had been disenrolled from school due to my absences.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
They claimed I had missed 10 days straight, and they expelled me, assuming I wasn't a student there anymore. My mom was screaming into the phone, but my heart was beating so loudly that I couldn't hear jack shit what she was saying. She told me to get my ass home and that she'd be waiting for me. I thought, this is it. Here's my funeral. I finally arrived home and thankfully she'd calmed down a bit and we talked it out and I confessed to her that I'd been skipping. I left out the part about me spending days vagina munching and being a hoe in the lesbian world.
Yeah. We'll get to that later. We'll circle back.
She let me enroll in a community college not far from home, and I completed my GED there and have been happier ever since.
Good job.
I actually don't regret being a high school dropout, as I've done damn good for myself since the whole ordeal. Anyways, I hope you read and enjoy my story. Much love to you all.
Amazing.
I like that.
I just thought that was like just a really good story. I know that, the mom maybe could have been a little more up on what was happening, but I loved the,
Taste of vag.
the vag munching. Loved.
I mean, as someone who definitely intercepted lots of notices from my school to
if
stay
you're
out of
crafty
trouble,
enough.
sometimes the parents really are intentionally in the dark by design.
Yeah.
Right. And it's probably changed a lot now because I feel like parents get called and emailed all the time, so you can't really intercept that shit as a kid.
Right. But back in our day, they'd get then when I would get
It'd be a
truancy
letter.
letters mailed to my house. There was no call.
Yeah.
Or once in a while there'd be a call, but my mom worked full time, so I could just
Yeah,
go
she
home
couldn't
after
just
school and
take the
delete
phone
the
call.
automatic voicemail and intercept the letter, and that was it. There wasn't they weren't emailing us at home.
Yeah, I definitely deleted a lot of voicemails.
Hid a lot of report cards.
So, I forged so many signatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. but
Take me away.
I thought it was good parenting, too, to be like, you know what? You can enroll in community college.
Yes, agreed. Here's an alternative. Love it.
All right. Continuing with the theme of ethically questionable. Quote, okay, so I definitely want to remain anonymous because if anyone found out about this, I could be in big trouble.
Ooh.
So my workplace buys used jewelry for meltdown and wholesale back to vendors. So needless to say, we don't pay very much for the jewelry. Uh-huh.
Have we not read this one out before?
I think I shared it with both of you before. But I don't think we've read it on an episode. I could be wrong.
I think you might be right. I love it. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
I had a girl come in with a huge parcel of jewelry which had belonged to her recently deceased grandmother.
Oh.
Some of the pieces were absolutely stunning, and I asked her if she really wanted to sell them considering they were so nice. She assured me that they meant nothing to her, and she definitely wanted to get rid of all of them to help pay for her upcoming wedding. Which, fair. If you're not sentimental about a piece,
let her go.
And I'm going to say, and nobody else in your family is sentimental about that piece,
then bye-bye.
Then one piece was very high grade from the Middle East, made with 22 karat gold and a beautiful flat rose cut diamond. That sounds amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I took a couple pieces into the workshop to inspect them, and when I was looking at this amazing piece, I knew that they were just going to scrap it out and toss the diamond. So I pried the diamond out of the ring, put it in my bra, and kept it.
Oh, I'd be tempted. I'd be so tempted. There are just some jobs that I really can't have, and this is one of them.
Oh, I'd be
If
way
I knew-
too chicken shit.
Oh, if I knew they were going to sell it for scrap, it would be tempting. Too tempting for some of them.
It would be pretty tempting.
Well, they're going to sell it for scrap because that's their business.
Oh, I know.
And
I
you
get
worked
it.
for that business.
Well, I intentionally don't work for that business.
Anyway,
I sure fucking don't work for that business.
This
That's my
exact
point.
reason.
I'd be way too chicken shit. But anyway, this confession ends with, I'm currently in possession of a stolen dead woman's diamond.
Oh my God.
So,
Wow.
go off.
Should be a dead woman's
Go
stolen
off.
diamond.
Right. Oh, unbelievable.
Dead woman stolen. Well,
You got it.
but it wasn't, the dead woman didn't steal the diamond.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's not a dead woman who is stolen either.
I want to ask a very important question.
What?
Does this matter?
I don't know. I think that's an interesting grammar question. Get at us with the answer to that grammatical
I am
question.
currently in possession of a stolen diamond from a dead woman.
Yeah.
When in doubt, write around it.
That's
Anyway,
true.
I gotta say, I'm not super mad about this one.
She's dead. She's not
my
going to know.
question-
She's dead
is-
anyway.
If the setting was really pretty, then maybe, why didn't you just keep the full ring? Or would you have been extra
Well, they gotta-
caught for that?
Well, they got to
probably
pay the
weighed
gal
it.
for something.
They
Yeah.
probably weighed the whole thing. I'm sure the setting weighed more than the diamond. So it would be easier to get away with just taking the diamond.
So the scrap place wouldn't resell the diamond? They would
Well,
literally
diamonds
throw
don't
it
have
away?
diamonds don't have nearly as much resale value as the metal that they're held in.
Like if they're small, not big quality diamonds.
And we don't know the quality of the diamond. We just know that this person really liked the shape and the cut. And probably from their own experiences working there, knew that this wouldn't be a diamond that the company would care to resell. Just from all the time they've done these, evaluations. So that would be my guess. They were like, well, this diamond's probably going to get fucking tossed and it's gorgeous and I love it. So I'm going to keep it.
Where are they just throwing away these diamonds?
Yo, I want to know. I want to know where your diamond trash is.
Yeah,
'cause-
can I just dig through the Zales trash?
No, I
and,
doubt they're throwing it away. They're probably just selling it way down market to, some cheaper
Yeah.
thing. To me, this feels like a no harm, no foul situation. I mean, yes, it's illegal and it's morally
it's
questionable,
a gentle theft.
but it's a gentle theft.
Don't
Maybe
do
it's what
it.
the dead lady would have wanted.
Maybe.
maybe.
You don't know. Maybe we
the
just
dead
honored
lady-
her legacy.
Maybe we're honoring the dead woman's legacy by stealing her diamond from whatever major
Yes.
diamond chain company.
Exactly.
And I mean, maybe it was a diamond that she smuggled out of Nazi Germany in her butthole.
we don't
don't know.
Okay.
We've just
We don't
created
know.
a very evil narrative about this
Maybe.
dead woman. Holy shit. She's all of a sudden
Good
smuggling shit out of
Nazi Germany. Not
Okay,
bad
good.
smuggling
To
out of
preserve
Nazi
it.
Germany.
To preserve
Another grammatical gray zone.
Right. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, good smuggling out of Nazi Germany, not bad smuggling out of Nazi Germany.
Well, not a pro-Nazi
Holy
smuggling
shit.
it out, but an
Holy
anti-Nazi
You don't know
smuggling
what
it
this
out.
grandma's background was.
Neither do you.
Maybe.
Oh no.
But also, it was from the Middle East, so I think we're probably off, but not necessarily.
You don't know.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. Moving on. I think we've speculated enough.
Oh my god. Defiled this legacy enough.
Okay, quote. Greetings, ladies. I've been wanting to tell this story for months, but wanted to make sure you three wouldn't be contacted to snitch on me, and I think we're good.
Okay.
I read some Florida laws and nothing mentions anything dealing with my story, so I'm gonna take a chance.
I'm a risk it.
Okay, that's all on you. If we get subpoenaed, we will cooperate with law enforcement.
Oh, I'll
Always.
sing like a canary.
My comfort is key.
And the FBI can trace IP addresses.
Yep.
All right. So,
I don't have the patience for self-checkout. I will not do well
Nope.
in jail.
Yep, exactly.
So to paint a backstory, I live at home with my mom and her husband. My hate for this man knows no end.
Yes.
Growing up, he was a raging asshole to me and everyone else in the house, and he still is. And worst of all, he supports 45.
Well,
Anyways, this dude really loves scratch-offs. Like, really loves scratch-offs.
so do I, though. Oh.
Yeah, but you don't have all the other contextual factors.
Right. My family
So.
gives each other scratch-offs for
Hell
the
yeah.
holidays, stacking stuffers.
They're
Well,
so fun.
I like the crossword scratch tickets, too,
Yeah, 'cause
because
it's like a
they
game.
take a while. I use a dime because it has a really thin edge, so you can make your scratches
and your
really
rituals.
Dimes. Oh,
I
that's
have
a
a
really
lot-
good call. That's a
I have
good
a lot of
suggestion.
So many rituals.
perfect. My life
like
is based around
alarming.
ritual.
Elaborate.
Creature of habit.
They are really elaborate.
And if those ritual
Should
habits
see this
get
woman try to eat a meal.
yeah, if they get altered in
Try.
any way, things are not going to be great.
It throws me off.
I get it.
I know what
I'm
works
very
for me.
similar. I really get it, and it's one of my favorite things about you. It makes you very easy to manage.
You're
We know what you
incredibly
need.
Throw me a
predictable.
scratch.
Yep.
Throw me a crossword scratch ticket
And
and
a
like
dime.
some sour Skittles and a dime, and you can do whatever you want with me.
You're good. You're covered.
Okay.
Covered.
So, quote, one day I went to leave for work when I saw 4 unscratched scratchers on the table in the garage,
Take them.
just sitting there calling my name. I stared at them and contemplated taking one. What were the odds that I'd actually win anything, right?
Oh my god.
I pick up a $5 scratcher and it just feels right. So I
Oh
fold it
my
up, put it
God.
in my pocket, and go to work. I'm at work and I get the urge to scratch.
Scratch that itch, baby.
Scratch that itch.
This is amazing.
I rarely buy
Urge to scratch.
I get the urge to scratch.
I love it.
I rarely buy scratch offs. I love the scratching part, but I hate the always losing part.
I hate the offs part.
I'll buy them randomly on my birthday or a random Tuesday when I'm feeling lucky. I go on a break and scratch off the winning numbers portion of the ticket and get to unveiling what my numbers are. I scratch off the first number, loser, the second one, and I see a money bag.
Oh shit.
For this game in particular, getting a money bag means you win everything on the card. So here I am thinking that it'll maybe be $100.
Oh my god.
Boy, was I wrong.
Oh god.
The winning amount under my money bag symbol, $500.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Good for you.
That's a lot more scratch tickets.
After scratching off all 12 spots, my total very quickly rose to $2,000 fucking dollars.
Holy shit.
I was getting hot flashes. I began to sweat. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was dreaming. I sent a picture to my friends, told them my story, and they were as shocked as I was. I picked up my winnings, cashed the check, and threw it in my savings to save for a time without COVID. And I
Yeah.
can peace out to visit a country I've been dreaming about visiting. I have zero regrets, and it brings me a sick amount of joy knowing that I won and he'll never know or have the happy feeling of winning that cash.
Yeah.
Good
Take
for
it from him.
you. I love that.
And they end with, and that, my friends, is my case.
Amazing. Well done.
I love it.
Got the urge to scratch.
At that point, you got to buy a loser scratch off and
Yeah.
put it on the table. So then he really never
Or
knows.
just buy another scratch off to replace it, knowing that it's likely not going to be, let karma decide. It's a
That's
couple
what she's
bucks.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, or not put it on the table, but put it on the floor, like maybe under something.
Oh, it
so
fell.
he'll just, you thought you were missing one. Here it is. It just fell.
Mhm.
I found it. Just like, Jean-Benet Ramsey's body all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Well, I'm off to New Zealand. Bye.
No one else saw it. Bye. I got a raise. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's so good. All right.
For you.
I'm proud.
Yep.
Too.
All right, back to morally questionable stuff.
Okay.
Quote, hey y'all, I've been listening to your show essentially nonstop for months now, and I've been thinking of stories I could send in for GACC. I've made lots of questionable decisions in my life, so it was sort of hard to pick just one.
I know
You don't
that feel.
have to. Send multiple emails.
Mm-hmm.
I finally came to the conclusion that I was going to tell the story of how my 15-year-old self got away with some absurd shit. For the vibes, I'll explain a little bit about where my story took place. I lived in a small town in the middle of absolute nowhere in Michigan with my incredibly redneck family.
Okay.
I'm an anarcho-communist, non-binary atheist.
Ooh,
Love that.
That's
Love
a good
that
combo.
journey for you.
So my family was not the fondest of me.
Mm-hmm.
As a result, I would, of course, sneak out of the house to hang with whatever boyfriend I had that week. This particular boyfriend and I decided it would be a good idea to sneak out and go for a drive down this creepy-ass dirt roads of my small town. We were blasting music, windows down. We were probably going a solid 60 miles per hour when suddenly the road curved. I love
The road gently curved suddenly.
I love just the passive voice in
Right.
any story that somebody writes about something they did when they were dumb teenagers.
Yeah.
Totally out of my control. The
It
road
happened
curved.
to them.
Yeah.
Rude.
Also,
Yes.
60 on like a gravel or a dirt road is way too fast.
Really fast.
Slow down, Haas.
So suddenly the road curved. The mailbox came out of nowhere, which resulted in my boyfriend at the time flipping the goddamn car.
Oh.
That's scary.
It flipped probably 3 full times before landing on its side and eventually landing in its standing position. The airbags had gone off and the car was completely fucked. I looked over at my boyfriend, who I presumed was dead,
You're right.
only for him to look back at me and go, "Oh, holy shit."
Oh my God.
I can just picture everything.
Ugh.
Like, this very easily could have been us.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
This entire time, we were not even a mile from my house, and the sun was starting to rise. So, in the state of complete disarray and panic, I decided that the only logical thing to do was to sneak back into my house.
Just leave the scene.
Yeah. I left my boyfriend at the scene of the crash and was like, just fucking stay here until I can figure out what to do.
And don't tell anyone I was in the car with
They
you.
Yeah.
fully left the boyfriend there.
Yeah.
Love.
Oh, no.
Look out for number one.
So I gathered what little sanity I had and booked it back to my house where my entire family was getting ready for work. I climbed back into my bedroom through the window and came up with a plan. I put on some tennis shoes and shorts. It's fucking dawn. And stepped out of my bedroom knowing full well my parents were awake.
I'm gonna go running.
I told them that I was going to go for a run.
Oh, my parents would have stopped and interrogated me
Oh, yeah.
immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
No
should have-
one's buying it.
which should have been a red flag in and of itself. But they, for some reason, didn't think anything of it, and I decided to run down the road just to see if they were going to see the accident or whether or not my ass would be grass. For some unknown reason, my mom turned the other way than the route she normally took and drove the opposite way of the accident.
Wow.
I finally decided to go back to where my boyfriend and his now totaled car were, and we did the most logical thing any 15 and 17-year-old couple could do. We grabbed the license plate off the car and simply left it there.
Oh my God.
There's this thing
Is this
called
not a
VIN
small
number.
town?
Yeah.
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 I know.
Hey, Jimmy, where'd your car go?
They'll never trace it back to us. This is foolproof.
Oh.
We went back to my then empty house and obviously had some really weird adrenaline-driven teenage sex.
Jesus Christ.
Obviously.
We've been married for 30 years and we have a 16-year-old child together.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
We then went out for breakfast with a friend and pretty much never talked about it ever again.
Good Lord.
It never came up.
My parents still don't know about the crash, and I don't think they ever will at this point.
Oh my God, I
Oh.
was joking. It literally never came up again.
I guess.
Apparently.
I know car accidents are not funny and that we could have been seriously injured or killed, and we're
But you weren't,
and
so.
we're beyond lucky to have walked away almost completely unscathed. And they end with, it's so fucking sick that I got away with it.
Yeah. So sick.
Yeah, it kind of is.
My God.
Yeah. I wonder if the boyfriend's parents were ever like, where's your car? Why is there this car in the ditch total?
Right?
Yeah.
I
Surely
don't
the
know.
cops would have found the car.
A car?
Ugh.
I don't know. There's a lot of information
Small
we
town.
don't have.
Yeah.
Small town. Maybe
That's a
someone came
weird
across it and just tractor towed it out of the way and
Yeah.
trying to be a
Someone's
good
like,
Samaritan, inadvertently
cool.
covered up a crime.
Cool, I
Yeah.
got a free car.
Yeah, well, free totaled car, but yeah.
Who knows? Fixed it. I don't know.
Coulda.
There
Coulda,
are
woulda,
a
shoulda.
lot of abandoned cars just around Louisville.
Yeah.
Because
I don't get it.
apparently I did some research because I was like, what the fuck is even happening? Why are these abandoned cars just sitting on the road for months? Apparently the impound lot is full. So there's nowhere for them to be towed away to. So they just sit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good look.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's not great.
Okay, last one. Years ago, while backpacking Europe, I met some girls from Atlanta. We hit it off, kept in touch, and they invited me to come visit them in Atlanta for Dragon Con before they all moved to London permanently. All right. Very specific. If you know,
Love a
you
good
know.
Dragon Con.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, somebody out there is like, wait, I'm from Atlanta and invited someone to Dragon Con. Anyway. So the girl who hosted me, we'll call her Cindy, she knows, let me stay with her at her parents' house as the rest of her family was out of town. On the last night of this delightful trip, I found out that they had never had Franzia, so I bought a box to share.
They haven't lived.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Unfortunately, this was also the year Limeritas were released.
Oh.
Remember that? I remember that. We had a whole Limerita themed 4th of July party.
Ew. I've
It
never
was-
had one, and I don't regret it.
They're not bad.
They're pretty good.
You're missing out.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're really not bad.
Should I have Corey
Um,
get some?
Wait
Yes.
till the summer, but yeah.
No, don't wait. That's so long from now. Go have him
It's
get
75 degrees outside. It's basically summer.
Yeah.
All right, get some Limeritas and pop on some cut
some.
up.
They're probably on sale in mid-December.
Probably.
Send a
anyway.
text.
So it's Limeritas season, and we got 3 12-packs just for the 4 of us on top
It's
of a
not
box
enough.
of Franzia.
Not enough.
Not enough. Amateur hour.
That night, I drank half the box of Franzia and somewhere between 6 and 14 Limeritas.
Somewhere between.
It's
In
a
this
big
ballpark.
range.
Yeah.
Big discrepancy.
6 and 14. Okay.
How old is your child? I don't know. Somewhere between
Somewhere
6
between the
and
age of
14.
6 and 14.
I don't know.
I lost count.
I blacked out and then got into Cindy's, so like the person hosting them, got into Cindy's 7-year-old sister's bed with Cindy's other friend, Amy, who I just met that day. The 7-year-old is not there.
Good.
At some point that night, I shot straight up in bed, fully awake, leaned over
Fully
Amy.
erect.
Yeah, leaned over Amy and barfed red all over the 7-year-old's white carpet on Amy's side of the bed. And then I just went the fuck back to sleep.
Got to.
Amy did not wake up.
Don't get your 7-year-old white carpet.
No, yeah, that's dumb. But the 7-year-old didn't fuck it up. This fully adult, well,
That's true.
this half-adult woman did.
Right.
That's true.
Also, I have totally done that when you're like sleeping really drunk and then you just sit bolt upright and puke,
Yep.
except I puked into my cupped hands
Ugh.
next to a boy that I was seeing in bed. Just sat bolt upright and puked.
I've told you the story about Matt Cancun on this show before.
Yeah.
I did that with Matt Cancun.
Oh, Cancun Matt. We've never found him.
It was just Matt Cancun. He was
Whatever.
in my phone as Matt Cancun. But no, we were just wasted. I don't know. I was in college. And, you know, as it
6
happens.
and 14 Lamaritas somewhere.
Somewhere
in there.
between 6 and 14.
And some Franzia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Half
bolted-
a box of Franzi.
Bolted upright in bed. We didn't have sex or anything. We just like sleeping in bed together. Ran to the bathroom, throwing up. He comes in and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm fine.
No.
I throw up by myself all the time." And he was like,
My God.
"Okay." And then
What the
and then he left me a post-it note that just said, "Call me sometime, Matt."
Oh, cute.
Matt Cancun. I didn't call him.
Poor Matt.
I throw up by myself all the time.
All the time.
Well, I was in bed
No worms.
next to Nantucket Chris, who had a vanity license plate that said Nantucket
Oh,
Ish.
Jesus.
and was a raging alcoholic.
Get a
Love
Prevalent.
that
Kid.
journey for him.
But I was the one that sat bolt upright and puked into my cupped hands. So
Good.
joke's on me.
That's what college is about. And apparently
Yep.
Dragon Con.
Okay, so this person, they're sleeping in this like twin bed in a 7-year-old's bedroom at their like friend's house. They are the guest. They puke on the opposite side of the bed, and the person sleeping in bed with them does not wake up. Okay.
Ooh. I know where this is going.
8 a.m. the next day. I've already missed my flight home.
Been there. Been there.
Not even late. I've already missed
Already missed it.
it. She gone.
I woke up missing my flight.
That ship has sailed. and Amy and I wake up, quote, surprised to find the red barf. Parentheses, I was not surprised. We all panicked and worked together to try and get it out. And
Oh my
Amy was
God.
almost in tears and kept saying, "It's okay. It could have been either of us."
Oh.
It was still visible in the rug when I left at 11 a.m., still drunk and sweating pure Franzia.
Ugh.
To catch my flight home, I never copped to it because I thought I'd never see them again.
Uh-oh. Now what? Did you marry one of their brothers or something and now they're in your family now and you have to live this life for the rest of your life? Is that feeling too specific? It's fine.
Surprise, 10 years later, Amy moves to my city and we become best friends and she ends up moving in with me.
There it is. Knew it.
After 2 years of this new friendship, I finally gave up and told her. She obviously assumed that it had been her the whole time and felt like shit about it for years.
Wow.
But I haven't gotten the guts to tell Cindy because to this day we still talk several times a week and she's one of my closest friends.
Oh my
You can
God.
tell Cindy.
Just tell her.
It
You
was
can
me.
You can fucking tell Cindy.
If Cindy's
Tell
parents,
Cersei.
it was me.
Tell Cersei. It was me.
Oh my
Also
God.
kind of related to Franzia. It's like
Yeah.
poisoned wine.
Totally.
All right.
Watch Game of Thrones, Kenyon. Then you'll understand
Yeah.
these jokes.
Totally. Okay, so
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
yeah.
You are Cersei. You have to watch Game of Thrones.
So those are the confessions this month.
Fabulous.
Good one.
Good batch.
But also tell Cersei. If they're still pissed, that's their problem. It's been 10
Yeah.
years.
That
Yeah.
would be fucking weird if they were still mad. It's just some carpet.
Yeah, get over
Just
it.
carpet. All right,
Ugh.
let's hear a quick word from our sponsors.
Amazing.
Are you someone who says something really fun and maybe a tad naive like, "New year, new me"?
LOL.
But then maybe you have no idea where to even begin changing things because you know what? You're already perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky for us, MeUndies says, don't change. Just maybe change up those undies.
Yeah, just change your underwear. That's it. That's a resolution I can actually stick to.
Brush your teeth, change your underwear every day.
I'm not going to stick to the first one, but I will stick to the second one. Yeah.
So give your 2022 and underwear drawer the update that it deserves with the most fun and comfortable undies in the world.
Y'all, I wear them right now. I'm wearing them every minute of every day. If I could, like, if it would be okay for my health to just wear them in the shower, to never take them off, I'd probably never take them off. But I promise you, I do take them off, and I also wash them. They are so soft. They are so cute, and I like to get matching ones for me and Bill. We also have, like, all of their onesies and jammies. We are a MeUndies family.
You really are.
We really are. It's in our Christmas
holding
card.
your relationship together.
It is. Our relationship is foundationally based on MeUndies. And someone wise once said, refresh your underwear drawer and you'll refresh your life. It's true. With those super soft undies, socks, and bralettes that come in everything from classic to adventurous prints. I always get the adventurous print. You can build a collection that not only makes you feel comfortable, but also expresses your personality. Keep the refresh going all year with a MeUndies membership. I have this. This is amazing. I'm obsessed. A subscription that sends new styles right to your door. You get site-wide savings with the membership. You get exclusive access to certain sales. You'll automatically pay less for everything, and then underwear just arrives. Like a new pair just arrives every month. It's a gift.
It
is
a
gift.
And the fabric that they have,
it's amazing. I don't understand it. It is sorcery, and it is perfect.
it is the softest fabric I've ever touched.
And it doesn't wear out. Like,
Yeah.
they do not pill. They don't lose their softness with every wash. They don't get holes in them. Like,
It's
you can be
really-
real rough on these undies, let me tell you. And they are still going strong.
So MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping right to your door. To get 15% off your first order, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/gals, G-A-L-S. That's MeUndies.com/gals, and treat your nevers.
Treat them. You know, the last couple years have been a little tough for, like, young school-age kiddos. And I know, I'm not a parent, but there are a lot of children in my life, and I know that the parents in my life are always looking for educational activities, things that can be done at home with their children. That's not just, like, plopping them in front of a TV show and hoping they learn something.
Yep.
You gotta make sure, that your kid has a lot of support, opportunities they need to learn and thrive. And even in the best schools, your child might not get, like, the one-on-one teaching that is required to reach their super full potential. They're in a classroom with a lot of kids. Teachers just don't have time to customize an approach to every single child necessarily. And that is why Baiju's Future School is so amazing. Students receive personalized attention and a world-class learning experience completely online to supplement their in-person school education.
So Baiju's Future School is the leading online learning platform revolutionizing education for millions of students worldwide. So students receive personalized attention with live access to a teacher in a one-on-one or 1-to-4 setting. And they'll have fun learning and exploring subjects with an interactive, activity-based curriculum that inspires their creativity and sparks a lifelong love of learning.
Fun. I want to do it.
I know. I mean, honestly, like, that is what really matters for kids these age. It's not just, like, rote learning or memorization. Like, you want them to
be engaged
and be creative and learn to love learning. So Baiju's Future School currently offers coding and music courses for grades 1 through 12 and also math courses for grades 1 through 8. I should take these, actually.
I need at least the coding and the math.
Yeah. And keep an eye out for even more subjects because they are going to launch before you even know it. So they're constantly adding new subjects.
Yeah. So join the millions of parents accelerating their kids' learning today. Your child can build their own Minecraft character in the first 4 weeks. Okay, I'm signing up. I'm doing it. Visit buyjuice.com/podcast to enroll your first 4 classes, a $99 value for just $9.99. That's 4 classes for just $9.99 at byjus.com/podcast and treat your education.
Treat it.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready for Coroner Corner?
Yes, what new irrational fear shall I leave with today?
Actually, well, Amanda, you might have a new fear, but I pretty much only have obits this month, so it's kind of one big obituary area.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
So Kenyon can sit back and relax because first I have a little gift for Amanda.
What?
This is your own obit written by stoned coven member Mary McNutt.
Oh.
I assume you've never met, but this person pretty much has you pegged.
Oh my
God. Okay. All right. This is something we're doing now.
I'm not at all weirded out by this. I'm just excited.
I obviously wouldn't have put it in here if it wasn't actually funny. I got a kick out of it.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Take something off my plate for my end of life plans.
Exactly. Also leaves you much to fulfill.
Oh God. Okay. How will I be disappointing someone this time?
And let me just remind you that this submitter put in a couple times that they were super stony baloneyed when they wrote it, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I still love it.
Great.
Perfect.
The weirder, the better.
Yes. On December 1st, 2020, Amanda Jacobson made her way home to the Lord.
Oh no. I've been dead a year already?
Kinda. We'll get to it.
My God. We'll get to it.
Too bad he barricaded the door and she had to return to us. A year later, on December 1st, 2021, Amanda made it through heaven's doggy door and was finally home with a blood alcohol concentration of 1.479%, just a mere 0.03% from the world record.
And it's permanent now.
I think this was the day that we recorded the K-pop crimes.
Oh my God, that's true.
With
I
your
was so drunk.
Sake
Soju?
or whatever. Soju.
Yeah, my soju.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's bad. Anyway, continue. How do I die? Let's go.
Amanda, Genevieve, Ronaldo, Goody Joseph, Denise, Tits McGee, Jacobson.
Yes.
Was born in the 60s, where she burst out onto the scene. It was a dark and stormy Friday mid-afternoon because our girl doesn't wake up before noon. She cut her own cord, smacked her own ass, then judged the doula on her choice of footwear.
Yep.
Amanda took the world by storm. Broadway, Wall Street, the Louvre, the White House. Amanda got drunk and streaked at the mall.
Yeah, she did.
She leaves behind her 5 chihuahuas. AJ McLean, Kevin Richardson, Nick Carter, Howie Duro, Brian Luttrell, and her dear, dear pug, Joey Fatone.
Yes.
Amanda was a famous podcaster from the hit show Wine and Crime. However, after a long battle with her addiction to Christian Slater memorabilia, she was forced to sell her share of the company back to her co-hosts Lucy Fitzgerald and Kenyon Lang, who
from my cold dead hands, bitches. Hell no.
Who until her timely death, supported her and her 6 forced codependents or dependents.
Wow.
Amanda had a way with children. On many a sunny day, you could see her by the local orphanage handing out bags of free candy to the children if they provided parental consent.
Okay.
Weird.
My way with children is to stay away from the children.
Right. Her co-host cried during their interview and tenderly thought on the life of their dear, dear friend. Quote, damn it, she owed me $20.
Whatever, you got my shares.
Mm-hmm.
Her funeral,
$20.
Her funeral will be held on December 8th on the holiest day of the week, Hump Day.
Yes.
Outside the Taco Bell at 15110 Minnesota 7, Minnetonka, Minnesota. That's the actual Highway 7 Taco Bell.
I know. And
A classic.
Is where I want to have my funeral.
This was my favorite part.
We will sprinkle We'll sprinkle
Little tomato
perfectly
pieces.
cubed tomato pieces.
In the back of whatever Subaru I'm driving when I die. Oh, you bastards.
We'll fucking trash your hearse for you.
Please do.
We need to get it detailed.
Yes.
Instead of tossing dirt into your grave on top of the casket,
Yes.
it'll just be little bits of iceberg lettuce and cubed tomatoes.
I should prepare that for my eventual wedding.
And shredded cheese.
Throwing shredded cheese and tomato
flavorless
cubes
tomatoes.
instead of rice.
Packets of Diablo sauce.
Yum.
All right, I like this part. She will be wrapped in a human-sized tortilla and given a Vikings funeral to christen their new dumpster and bestow a plaque in her honor.
I have one of those tortilla blankets
Of
where if you
course
curl
you
up
do.
in it, you look like a tortilla, a little
So
taco.
that, and then you'll be a human dumpster fire for their new
Yes.
dumpster. Eulogies to begin at 3:30 p.m. Dumpster fire immediately to follow.
The
in
eternal
lieu-
flame.
In lieu of flowers, please send donations to the wine companies who will dearly miss their beloved Amanda, and their sales will greatly suffer in the years to come. Cash bar,
Aw.
4-drink minimum.
Yes. I keep that. That is
Perfect.
gonna
No
come
notes.
in handy one day.
I liked it.
I love it. Now I gotta
right.
get a bunch of chihuahuas and name them after all of the members of the Backstreet Boys.
I know.
Get
Top
on
of
it.
my list. I know.
And her beloved pug, Joey Fatone. All right, next up, this is a shorty but a goodie. It's kind of a ride. Okay. Ida Salome, born in Alytus, Lithuania, died peacefully at home on December 7th, 2021, at the age of 100.
Wow. Good for you.
She is survived by her husband, Dr. Jacob Salome, daughters Alana Goldman and Nancy Kessu, their husbands, 4 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren.
Wow.
This is where it gets a little bit wild. The youngest of 6 children, she often spoke of her happy childhood with loving parents. At the onset of World War II, her parents sent her to hide in the woods for what they thought would just be a few days to avoid the arrival of the Nazis,
Whoa.
but she never saw them again.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I know. I have chills. Surviving alone, she eventually was taken in by a Polish farmer where she worked and hid, and where she met her future husband.
Oh.
I hope there's a movie about this woman's life because her obit is tragically short. I need more information.
Yeah.
Arriving in New York, she taught herself English in addition to the 6 other languages she spoke.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Duolingo was wild back then.
Surviving alone in the forest at a young
Think of
age.
her awards.
God.
Her gifts extended to cooking and gardening, but most of all, she will be remembered for her gift of immense love and devotion to her family. Gifts can be made to the Anti-Defamation League or UJA's Community Initiative for Holocaust Survivors in her honor.
I love
It's just absolutely amazing what people can
survive.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just incredible. And come out on the other end still.
Like living a fulfilled and loving life.
Yeah.
Like able to heal.
Yeah. It's just
Because
amazing.
no one would fault you for not being able to heal from trauma like that.
Right.
Oh
and
my God. And some
Yeah.
people fucking thrive learning 7 languages.
Right.
Can you imagine being a child, the youngest of 6,
Mm-hmm.
and your parents are like, go hide in the woods.
Yep.
Bad people are coming to hunt us.
And then you just never see them again.
Yeah. It'll just be a
Oh my
couple
God.
days.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
Well,
Yeah.
Ida Salome or Salome or Solome, whatever, however you say your last name. Ida, you're incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely
And-
incredible.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. So I only have one more. My it's kind of short today. This last one was sent in by Jen Schlier, who knows that I love an obit written in first person.
Oh, clearly you do.
Schlierly.
Not gonna sly.
Not gonna shy. You clearly love a first person show bit.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Stupid.
I don't
Next.
schly away from a first person obit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and oddly enough, this obit is for Frank A. Schifflar.
Real name.
Real name. That's his real name. I was born August 16th, 1937, on the kitchen table of a 2-room shack in number 2 Coal Camp, Rock Springs, Wyoming. The last of 9 children born to John Schifflar and Anna Seaver Schifflar.
Okay, again, it is incredible what people can survive.
Kitchen table.
2-room shack, number 2 coal camp.
Yeah.
9 children.
No, I'm like
Yeah.
disassociating from it because it's giving me anxiety.
Oh my God.
This role play is causing me harm.
Yeah. Also, Wyoming 1937 probably wasn't ideal either.
No.
Jesus.
My 4 sisters, Christine, Anne, Sylvia, and Virginia, and 4 brothers, John, Rudy, Andy, and Al, all predeceased me.
Oh my God.
God. Surviving is my lovely wife of 56 years, Helen Yelenik Schifflar, and 2 wonderful children, John, married to Shannon, Nicole, married to Travis. Also left behind are the 3 great grandmutts who will miss my teasing.
Oh.
In 1955, I graduated from Rock Springs High School to the relief of the staff, knowing that there would be no more trips down the hallways on my Harley.
Oh my God.
Sir.
Rebel without a cause.
He was a nut. I love
Just
it.
picturing Grease too.
Yeah. Eh. I watched that train wreck once. I'll never do it again.
I'm due for a rewatch.
Yeah.
Ish. The day after graduation in my 1936 Ford with a toolbox, suitcase, and $60, I headed west to make my fortune. But I only made it to Salt Lake City, where I lived for the majority of the rest of my life.
How'd you end up in Salt Lake? Well, this is as far as
I
60
didn't
bucks.
make it to LA, is how I made it.
Tried to
How
go
I
west to
ended
make
up
my
in Salt
fortune. Ended up in Utah.
I didn't hit gold.
Oh. After serving my country in Korea from 1958 to 1960 and being called back into service during the Cuban Missile Crisis,
Jeez.
I took advantage of the GI Bill and attended the University of Utah. After 35 years of service, I retired from Mountain Bell, which became CenturyLink. Ma Bell treated me pretty damn good. I also love a swear in an obit.
Oh, yeah.
A classy swear.
A classy swear. In 1976, during my time with the phone company, I was awarded the Theodore Vail Medal for saving the lives of 3 people in an automobile accident involving a high-pressure natural gas pipeline.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Throughout my lifetime, I had all of the quote-unquote toys I wanted, if affordable. If not, I made them one piece at a time, and they didn't cost me a dime because it was all junk.
Okay.
Sir.
I'm assuming that meant he built his own motorcycles.
Yeah.
It was all junk! Exclamation point. I made a few poor decisions, but many good ones. The greatest of which was marrying the love of my life, Helen.
Aww.
That was the same name he gave at the top, right?
Yes.
Double check.
Yep, Helen. Helen Yelenik Schifflar. Okay, I'm just checking.
Good.
Well, after that really, really blunt obit we had the last
Yeah.
time,
Oh, yeah.
I really
Like
need
after
to-
my 4th divorce.
Listen, I wish
I really loved number 2, though.
My sister and I put our dad's email in the Ashley Madison hack,
Yes.
hoping and praying that something would pop up. Maybe we had a second family. He used to travel a lot. Nope.
No.
Boring
No.
as hell.
No, there's no way your dad had any secrets.
No, none. He couldn't have possibly have kept them.
No.
He was too fucking weird to be
Yes.
that weird.
Too
You know
goofy.
what I mean?
He was too much of a goof.
He
Yeah.
was too goofy. Yeah.
He was a
You boo
goof
goofing.
literal ball.
Yes, he was a circular ball of a man.
He was so round. His head is a perfect
It's a basketball.
Yeah.
You could have dribbled it.
Totally. Okay. As a family, we were traveling every chance we could in whatever vehicle we had. As empty nesters, Helen and I chased rainbows wherever our RV took us.
Oh.
Now, this is sad. Now it's time for me to turn out the lights and say "Locko knock," which means good night. There will be a parking space saved for you on the other side.
Oh
my God.
You might find me making Lucifer's hot rod Lincoln louder, or the hinges on the pearly gates quieter.
Oh,
just
he's
had to
greasing the
tinker.
hinges. Yeah, that was like my grandpa, just tinkered with fucking everything.
Yeah. He does the next sentence. A good handyman is in demand, and I hear we can breathe deeply over there.
Oh.
So I'm thinking he died of some sort of respiratory something.
Yeah.
Just remember me, dear family and friends, with a smile, not tears on your face, as I will remember you until we meet again.
I wonder why he had a respiratory issue, given that he was born in number 2 coal camp.
Fucking
Poor guy.
serious.
Dear God.
One of 9 children, all sharing one oxygen tank.
Yeah, but let's preserve these glorious American jobs in
Right.
the coal mines
Yeah.
versus making solar panels, God forbid.
Out in the
God.
fresh air.
So wraps up by saying we extend gratitude to family and friends as well as to Dr. Greg Elliott for his care, compassion, and friendship through these difficult years. And then I liked at the end, in lieu of flowers, please support a cause of your choice. Because Frank's not going to tell you what to do.
Of course not.
No,
And
do
I
your
guess-
own thing. Can I, at mine, I want flowers.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. None of this in lieu of nonsense.
Do you need to say in lieu of flowers?
No. You don't need to say
Buy
it.
Well-
bigger flowers?
Most people send flowers anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you could end up with a lot of flowers. Also, you will be dead.
Along with flowers,
She wants
please
to be
donate.
buried with them. In addition to flowers, gift cards, etc.
Yeah.
For my tomb.
I will take, hot dishes.
Yep.
Any kind of Hawaiian rolls
I
for
accept
my loved
Visa
ones.
and
you
MasterCard.
won't take anything. Are you talking
I
about
know.
like when you write, someone else's obit?
No, she's talking about her own.
I mean, I'm going to haunt
talking about
wherever.
her own.
I'm going to double check things are up to snuff
Oh my
from
God.
beyond.
Oh.
We all know.
You're going to be a nightmare to live with as a ghost.
Yeah, I'll be rearranging furniture all the time.
Oh my God. I'm going to make sure that I don't know. Do I fracture this relationship to keep myself from getting haunted
No.
or do I not fracture it
It's
to
too
keep
late.
myself from getting
I
haunted?
think it's too late, regardless.
Yep.
Ugh.
That ship has sailed. I woke up, already missed my flight.
They say you haunt the people and places that you've expended the most energy on.
Oh no.
So-
All right, so I'm
We're
gonna
both
haunt that.
fucked.
I'm gonna haunt that apartment that you lived in when we first started the podcast, and I would come visit you and just clean for 3 days.
Oh my
Perfect.
God.
that person is very lucky.
Oh,
I'll
the
alert
one
the
with
landlord.
The one with Flan with the upstairs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't haunt
All right.
that apartment. She's got
Please
way
do.
cuter
That's
places
fine.
to haunt.
No, go ahead. That's your spot.
Anyway,
Already
in lieu
decided.
of flowers, send more flowers.
Yep. I
Send
love it. In lieu of
anything
flowers,
you can
send
eat.
more flowers.
Not
Oh
enough
my
flowers.
God. There are not enough flowers at my funeral. I need to speak with the manager.
Could you put the flowers in the retort with my body when it gets cremated
Right.
so that I'm sent to the afterlife with all these gorgeous, gorgeous
Oh,
arrangements?
that's a good idea. Yeah, then you have your ashes are mixed with flower ash. That's pretty.
Hmm.
Is it?
I like it.
Sounds great. Choice made. Lock
All right.
it in.
Love you all. We'll
See you
talk to
next month.
next month.
Next. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Kala Yip, music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell, editing by Jonathan Camp. Check out our website and blog at wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wine and Crime Pod. If you have questions, answers, or recommendations to share, email us at wineandcrimepodcast@gmail.com. Episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, basically wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to spread the word. If you'd like to show your support, visit our Patreon page to keep this podcast and the wine flowing. Cheers!